My name is Andy Hobbs, graduating from Northrop High School, class of 2013.
Hi, my name is Brennan Roth, graduating from Lakeland High School.
My name is Laura Sigworth, and I'm graduating at Adams Central High School.
I'm Daniel Becker. I'm graduating from Belmont High School.
Hey, I'm Ashton McCurris, and I'm a senior at Snyder High School.
My name is Lydia Neff. I'm graduating from Snyder High School.
Hi, I'm Katie Fair, graduating from Snyder High School. I'm Kelsey Martin, graduating from Northrop High School.
I'm Elisha Rothenbush. I'm graduating from Heritage High School.
I'm Sarah Rimchisel, and I'm graduating from Leo Junior Senior High School.
Hi, my name is Ben Gibson. I'm going to be graduating from Heritage Junior Senior High School.
I'm Michaela.
And I'm Abby.
And I graduated from my house.
And I graduated from Carroll High School.
I'm Carrie Reynolds, and I'm graduating with my Master's of Education from Indiana Wesleyan University.
Hi, I'm Amy Jones, graduated from Wesley Seminary at Indiana Wesleyan University with a Master's of Divinity.
My name is Rebecca McClain, and I just graduated from Ivy Tech Community College with an Associate's degree in Human Services.
I'm Jameson Bush. I'm graduating from Southside High School. I hope to be a mechanical engineer in the future.
I will be leaving for basic training for the National Guard.
I chose Grace College because you can get your 4-year degree in 3 years, and I'm going to study counseling.
I plan on going to Huntington University, majoring in chemistry and minoring in psychology.
My plans for the fall is to go into the workforce and pay my way through engineering college.
I plan on going to Ivy Tech and transferring over to Bowling Green for sports management.
My plans are to attend IPFW in the fall and study communications.
I plan to go to Anderson University in the fall.
I plan to go to University of St. Francis to study graphic design.
I'm going to Purdue University.
I'm going to go to Ivy Tech in the fall.
And I'm going to Grace for secondary English ed.
I want to serve my country. I want to be able to look back in 20 years when I get out and say that I've done something with my life and make my family proud of me.
I enjoy helping people, and I feel like that's what God told me to do with my life.
After I graduate from college, I hope to get a job in forensic science and analyze crime scenes.
I've always just kind of loved sports my whole life, so what kind of hope to do is to be a scout or work in the front office of a Major League Baseball team.
I plan to study social work just because I have a heart for hurting people, and I feel like that's where God called me.
I plan on majoring in math, chemistry, and physics because I love science and learning pretty much everything.
I've always liked to take things apart and mess with them and put them back together, and sometimes they get back together the right way, other times they end up in the trash because I can't figure it out, but mechanical engineering is the place to do that.
My plans in the fall is to enter into the workforce.
Attend IPFW for pre-dentistry for my undergraduate, and then I'll be attending IU for medical school.
After my 2 years over at Ivy Tech, I'm going to transfer down to Tennessee and get into audio production and recording and get all fancy with the buttons and record music and such.
And I want to be a high school English teacher.
My hopes are to become a hospital chaplain at a children's hospital or teach Bible.
I also started attending the University of St. Francis, and I am going for my Bachelor of Social Work.
This coming fall, I'm going to be a reading interventionist, which I had done for several years before I taught 3rd grade, which means I pull small groups of students for half an hour at a time and work on basic reading skills, just taking the students who are low and giving them the missing building blocks.
Growing up in Fellowship, I remember going to CDYC every year, and that was just something that I always looked forward to.
I've been on 3 immersions, 2 in Fort Wayne and 1 to New Mexico, and I went to Sault Ste. Marie.
I remember growing up here for, basically this being my home church for the longest time. There's been a lot of struggles that I've had that a lot of the leadership here has helped me through, and I'm just really grateful for that.
I have a lot of good memories here at Fellowship. I think I've been here since I was like 3 years old.
I went to immersion last year, and it really showed me a lot about God, opened my eyes to our community.
One thing that stuck out to me has been the immersion experiences every summer, just really exposing me to all different cultures.
Me and my mom and my brother did a go day, and we helped clean out this lady's house, and she was giving her testimony, and it was really powerful. You could tell that God really changed her life. Plus, she made us cookies after that, so I was kind of happy about that.
One of the more memorable experiences would be my trip to New Mexico, being a group of students went down there for about 10 days and we immersed ourselves in the Navajo culture.
I went to the meltdown with the youth group and I got to know a lot of people from the other churches that were with us and had a fun time worshiping.
Last summer, we went on a missions trip to New Mexico. We were in a tent with a bunch of people from the Navajo tribe, just basically praising the Lord. There was a storm coming. It got really windy. The tent was falling down, and these people, they were just persistent. They didn't let that stop them from praising their Lord.
We've been friends since as long as I can remember, so we figured it'd be cool since we grew up together to just do this video together.
I want to thank both of my parents. They've been instrumental in getting me through high school. And I want to thank Mrs. Abernathy. She actually attends here. She's my 4th grade teacher.
I'd like to thank Zach Hannon.
My parents because they raised me in a Christian home, and Sheila Harrigan because she was there for me when I was going through a really hard time in high school.
I'd like to thank Gerald Coleman, Mark Mays, Keith Reynolds, and I mean just the youth here in general. They're just awesome.
First, I really want to thank my parents. I also want to thank Steve and Sheila, and then Gerald and Mark have been terrific leaders.
I want to thank my mom for being one of my biggest spiritual mentors during my life, and my dad. They've been a really big part, and they're amazing.
I want to thank my parents. Kelly and Suze, shout out to you. Thanks for having me and always pursuing me and loving me. And also Becky Baker for being a great mentor.
God put my mom here for a reason. She got breast cancer for a reason. And so now our relationship is stronger, and also I see everything in a new light. So
I'd like to thank my parents for being very supportive of everything about me. For Gerald, who's been a great pastor.
Thank my parents, thank all the teachers, brother, and James Kellogg.
I would like to thank my parents and the youth pastors.
I just want to thank the church first off. I've been going here all my life, just being so supportive, and the diversity it has, it's just had a huge impact on me. I also want to thank my parents and my family. They've been so supportive in everything I do. I don't know where I'd be without them.
I'd like to thank my parents for providing me with a good home to grow up in, and several of my teachers, which nobody would really know, but they really helped me throughout high school, and it just made it a really good time.
Hi, Mom.
I would acknowledge my parents just because they've been supportive to me through my high school education, my undergrad, and my graduate education. They were my examples in walking with Christ, and I continue to learn from them.
I would really like to thank my husband and daughter for supporting me along the way, sometimes being up long hours to help read papers, or maybe not getting as much time with me because of my schoolwork.
My mom, just always being there as an encouragement, and my husband. He's really far away right now, but even being 7,000 miles away, he has encouraged me like no one else has, and I was able to graduate this May because of him. Also, my best friend, because she pushed me into the doors of Ivy Tech and would not let me leave until I enrolled in their classes.
God has shown me how He can draw people together. I know through all the bad times that I've had growing up that He's brought people closer to me and given me new relationships that have helped to encourage me.
I'm becoming closer to Him. I've become more outgoing, so I don't really care what people think about me anymore. So I don't care if they think that I'm a Christian and they don't like it. So it just doesn't matter to me anymore.
I just feel like my journey with God's been great. He's blessed me with a lot of stuff.
God has been a huge part in the last couple years. I've had all but one of my friends get into partying, and it's meant that I've had to have a lot of lonely nights at home and to try to stay away from that life. And He's helped me through it, and it's been amazing how He showed up and the people He's brought in my life.
He's just morphed me into a totally different person, and He's constantly pursuing me, and I've learned to pursue Him back in high school, and I've learned to just really trust in the person that He's called me to be.
God's been there when I really thought He wasn't.
God is a very important part of my life, although not always as prevalent as I would like.
I have always felt God present in my life, one way or another.
My relationship with God is very good, and He's been in my life since I've been going through problems.
I'm excited, and I'm ready to learn where God's going to lead me, to meet new people, and to minister His Word.
I've been really glad to grow up in the Fellowship community, just because I feel like being here and having consistent church has provided a really great Christian community to help me grow in God and in my faith and provide good support for the rest of my life.
I second that.
I'm just thrilled about what God has for me in the future, and I'm just willing to really be His servant in whatever area that He allows me to serve.
There was a lot of stuff that I went through as a child and as a teenager, and having the people here at the church and having my family and some of my closest friends help me get through that, it made me realize what I wanted to do and made me realize that I want to be there to help these kids in the way that I was helped.
It gets better. It does get better. Stick in there, hang in there.